Okay, so this will be the aftermath of assault on the keep that the Iron Circle were using as main base. Last time, during the moment of you fleeing, you were able to take out Redthorn and kind of won with the retreat.
Yeah.
Most of you are hurting pretty badly.
Just
Except,
several
except
flesh
for the
wounds.
unconscious troll under the tree.
Well, you're
Yeah.
hurting pretty. If you're unconscious, you're hurting pretty badly. Sleep spell.
Well, I was gonna say he might not feel it.
Might not feel it, but not feeling it also.
Right.
Yep.
I don't think we have maybe one person with us that can carry him.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's barely standing.
And I can't put him back together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after you, some literally, some figuratively, flew away, got to an area outside of any known spell range or crossbow range in some type of cover. You look, there's some woods and stuff around the keep. You're able to get a little bit of hiding out.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? How long are you waiting? Where are you going?
Let's see. Um, if I wait the equivalent of 4 combat rounds, I'll regenerate up to fall.
That seems kind of sad.
So, did you all see any prisoners in there?
Prisoners. Yes, we unlocked the door for some prisoners.
No.
What's your
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
Those were the servants.
Oh, well, they were still locked in. Okay. We found their servants locked in. But we did not see prisoners.
interesting? Okay.
There may have been places we hadn't looked. I'm trying to figure out how we get Katunk out of there.
Yeah.
They might be in disarray for a short period of time, but I'm assuming sooner or later they're going to dispatch anybody that's still in there.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to get back in there as quickly as possible to drag him out.
I don't know that I have the ability to. If we could get him conscious, if I could get in there and get him conscious, I might be able to let him fly out. But as far as carrying him out, it's gonna be.
We need to steal a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I think we need to steal a wagon
Yeah.
and make him crawl into it because I can't put him in.
Yeah.
I could
Right.
guard you while
Oh, he could go.
going back in.
Can't lift a troll though.
No.
A triad could lose like a tug of war against grasshopper.
Oh wow.
It's not that bad.
Right.
Yeah.
All the monsters
That's pretty
he's tried to put his strength against have shown him not to have the strength to put against them.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I need to meditate and pray a little bit to try to take care of my own wounds. Who the triad are you hurt?
I don't have my
Out of everybody, triad. Everybody's hurt. Triad appears to be the least.
Yeah.
But I can't heal Lily, and I can't heal um,
Yeah.
Tom. Your character's name is just new down at the bottom. That's cheating.
Tiamat.
Heal Mac.
Yeah. Yeah. With
I
Lily,
am wounded,
normal
but I really.
superficial wounds heal up really quick. There's some internal stuff that's messed up that is not going to heal up quickly or at all.
Well, the only person I can really heal, and the only things I can heal are Shep and Triad. So I will start spending the time healing the two of them back and forth.
Okay. Are you getting them to full?
I'll get Triad to full for sure. So how many would that take for you, Triad?
Um,
It is going to be 4 plus your
Heal base.
heal base. So let's see. That would be 10 each turn. It'd
Well,
take.
if he bounce back and forth, it'll be every 4
right.
It would take 3 total.
or 5 on the 5th.
Okay.
I'm just saying for triad would be like 3 heals. So
So yeah, 3 for each of them then, Lima.
Okay. Red. Yep. Sec. Apparently, math is difficult.
I've had
that's
days
every
like
day.
that.
I don't know. I'm usually decent with just addition. 1. You said 4 or
3.
5? You needed 3?
3
23.
for Triad, yeah.
Right.
And I was trying to. We can then discuss what our next steps are.
So hold on. So
Keomac,
that
if
would be
I
11 minutes.
okay. Keomac, I could possibly give you armor that would it would be like plate armor basically, right? Is that the equivalent of what mage armor is?
It depends if you have which version of it. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I have level 3 mystic armor. Armor rating 18. It's a oh, actually, this might be before you split.
Yeah, I think that might be the other.
Those guys did quite the number on me. They were hitting me quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you're
have
gonna-
Mystic Armor lesser,
Okay,
so
so
that's
that's
not the correct.
all right. I just right click and delete it.
Yep. And then let's see if the film.
Is heal limited only to humans if you know like other physiology, or is it like based on your type of physiology or what?
The I can do
Skill.
medical. I can do
Medical, yeah.
I've never done medicine on a crystalline before, so I'd have to practice.
Well, I have medicine or medical as well. That's why I was asking.
Oh,
Yeah,
And I would be familiar with.
basically for medical. I'm trying to remember because it's been so long. It was like a big thing when we were first starting out. Nobody had done any healing to anybody. You kind of know your own species. You know how they kind of work and stuff. So I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
make you. But on others, I think I prefer for now just because I don't want to have to look at a video that's 4 years old. um, and the game has changed since then. I'll say you're very off until you succeed. Once you succeed with a person,
Well, I was trying to look at myself.
oh, look at yourself. You can just do it.
Okay, that would be the second number.
The diagnosis one is figuring out what you need to do, and then treatment is actually.
Okay. And what is the extra time thing?
That is instead of it, trying to do it in a minute, you take longer to do things. You take up to 5 times as long.
What do you do to signify that in the game?
Well, if you look on the skills page under the D100 skills, there's a
Yeah.
time.
Modifier of time. Okay.
Yep. And then you can double, triple, quadruple. So if you take the full, it'd be quintupled.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sit down and start to look at myself.
Okay. And then after you do that, just be sure to switch it back. Otherwise, it's going to keep that for any skill roll you do.
what? So
Gotcha.
how long is that roughly going to take? Because if it opens up more time, I'll heal shut some more.
He would probably be doing it while you were, so
Right.
he could get both. If he succeeds in the diagnosis, he would be able to. He'll get 2 attempts. So depending on how long it takes him to succeed in the diagnosis and the treatment. So he succeeded in the diagnosis, and then I think there's one treatment. So first time failed.
Okay.
So he's still fiddling with himself once you get triad full.
Okay. Can he? So he can do it again, though, right? Or do I need to help?
Oh, he could try it again.
Okay.
I almost made it. I think you're trying to roll. What are you trying to roll over or what?
Under.
No, see what it is the D. Your roll was 54. You missed it. The total is what you missed it by if it's negative.
Okay. Okay.
If you click the gray where that surrounding total, it'll break it down.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it does it kind of backwards, but we kind of figured out. If it's a success, that tells you how much you made it by. So like the one that you succeeded, it says the D100 roll was 33. The total was an 18. It means that you made it by 8.
Yeah, so I had a 52% chance and rolled a 54.
Ah, yep. If you want to try again, you try again.
How long is that taking?
They're each taking about 5 minutes because you
Okay.
doubled the time.
So I will heal Shep twice more. Then.
There you go. So yourself, you'll be able to heal naturally without all the bad penalties.
Okay.
Basically, it stabilizes you and it allows the natural healing to work. Otherwise, the first 2 days give you nothing, and then days after that would give you like half your heal base. Now you can.
Okay.
Not an instant healing type mystical thing, but it means that you can.
Yeah.
So Triad should be up at full.
Okay.
Shep is 1 heal away from full.
And I had time to regenerate, so
Yeah, and I did make, well, I made a few mistakes last time. But one of the things, Joe, is when Lily's knocked out,
yeah.
it's 48
Oh,
hours.
28
Or
hours. Okay.
I had
Yeah.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm not going to rewind time for something like that.
There was something special about the way they were beating on you when you were healing
Yeah.
back.
All right. Okay.
And during the flight, that took probably at least 15 minutes before you felt like you were able to stop and take,
Yeah.
account of the situation.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Now. Yeah.
So, Triad, you feel like scouting to see if our friend is still in there?
Yeah, I can do that. Because I was so good last time. No, I saw.
Yeah, I really wish my invisibility didn't say self after it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I I could maybe fly high and look.
Yeah, we need to see. Do they have like not binoculars, but the
Like
telescope?
spyglasses.
Yeah, do they have spy glasses?
I'm not
I need to get you one of those.
Let's see. Uh,
While he goes out, I will heal Shep the left.
I'm you're Triad. You are flying high, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting you in a place on the map that you aren't necessarily at, just so that you can see over the walls, because it doesn't
Sure.
take height into consideration for walls. Infinitely high walls.
oh, hey. Spyglass is in the equipment list, so cool.
Yeah, we might have to buy one of our flyers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So Tom, I got to look at
Okay.
the herbs, but I might have some herbs for you that may help you. I don't know.
Okay.
So can you see?
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean,
Yeah,
there's
this
like
place is
blood and stuff
familiar.
over, but and the signs of combat and anybody. I just took all the other tokens off. But the trying to remember his first. Red Thorn's body is not there, and no living people are there. Although Katunk, as he like crashed down into the tree and stuff, is all tangled up in the bot. He's very hard to see.
Yeah.
So he was kind of forgotten.
Okay, so I fly down to him. And I am going to perform medical.
Have you performed medical on a troll yet?
No.
Okay.
First
So,
time for everything.
Yep. So in your you don't have should have off. Here, couple of here, let me bring them.
Oh, I'm not wounded anymore.
Yeah. That's a big penalty.
There we go.
I do like with the GRPGA that you can drag and drop stuff from one character. That I wasn't dragging. Okay, so now you have see where it says off, and it says normal right now on your skill page.
Skills.
At the bottom of your skills, not at the bottom of
Oh,
the page.
yeah. Yeah, I
It says
see it.
off and the
Off,
drop down. Just make yourself
normal.
off,
Okay.
and now you.
All right,
can
Tom.
do-
They would have just helped you with your medicine roll.
What's that?
They would have just helped
Alright.
you with your medicine roll.
Oh, okay.
Not.
Is this diagnosis or the treatment one?
You have to. Well, I mean, you he's been
He-
hit a
he's-
few
yeah.
times, but you have to figure out, kind of like, oh, this is this
What
far in,
component?
so this one I can just pull out, but that one I'm going to have to push through. It's kind of like figuring out what you need to do.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, yeah. You figure out what to do, and
Now the tricky part.
yeah. And were you not taking extra time? It's pretty.
I'll try and take.
Well, do it. Roll a perception before I do.
Oh,
Before
jeez.
you do that. Okay, that's probably the first decent perception you've rolled. I think somebody was rolling really bad last time.
Yeah,
it
that
was you.
Ryan.
Yeah, it's quite quiet.
Okay. So I am going to take a little extra time.
Okay, so you can do the
time
drop down for the time
doubled.
as much however much you wish to do.
Okay.
Like you did a really
I'll
quick
do quadruple.
you did a really quick medical diagnosis and
Yeah.
actually succeeded.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That's,
By one.
if you would have understood trolls, you would have been able to.
I pulled and I should have.
You're like, oh wait, he doesn't have a wing there. You can try again.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
That's funny. Maybe you should rush.
Yeah.
So
It
hasn't been long enough that we're assuming Triad's dead now.
no.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you saw how long it took Humac to, find his.
Yeah, but he didn't tell us that he knew how to do medicine. We don't know that he's doing that. But we do know that he's notoriously bad at seeing things.
Yeah. They're like, oh, he's still probably trying to find the tree.
So with it as quiet as it is this non-stress?
No, just because you're still worried.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, you're still kind of looking out and keeping your eyes and ears and senses open. So
Open.
it's not a full unless you wish to ignore your surroundings and just focus on.
No. But I will take a little bit extra time. Quintupled now.
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what you needed. You just needed to take 5 minutes instead of 4 minutes.
Yeah. A little bit longer time for a little bit bigger guy.
Okay, so Katunk has been stable. But if you don't have anything to heal, then not gonna.
Right.
Hey guys,
But
there
he's
is
not bleeding out.
something that we should start looking to carry. By the way, what was it called? Comfrey. You can make a compress out of comfrey. It heals wounds plus 1 hit point damage per level of the herbs. Might need to start investing in some of that so that we can pop people up if we need to.
Yeah.
So now what
No,
you do?
I don't have anything.
Triad.
I am going to
Take all of his valuables.
I'm going to how far away were we when
It's a 15-minute fly or walk or like jog, I guess.
Okay.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
you were just lollygagging away, but there were unconscious people and other things, so it was more like a quick walk or a jog.
Sure. So I tried to bury Katunk with leaves so
Okay.
he's not so
I stabilize him and then bury him
obvious.
alive.
Make sure it covers nose.
Oh, I got camouflage.
Okay.
Conceal supplies, weapons, and equipment by making it blend in with our surrounding environment.
And unconscious, the body's kind of like equipment, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say that's
Yeah.
more camouflage than hiding, which is the prowl. Ooh.
I think I did a good job.
You
Yeah.
cleared the area around him, it sounds like.
Oh man, I did a good job on him.
Yep. Yes, you
I
did.
fly off.
Okay.
Fly off to report.
Okay. So now, let's see. You're able to fly more unimpeded there. So about 40 minutes total. Triad comes back from the time he left.
Alrighty then. So we were planning his funeral.
So found Katunk I got him stabilized. I just can't move the guy.
None of I
I
mean, Keomac
I did
might be
camouflage
able
him
to.
really, really well, so nobody should be able to find him.
Well, that's good.
So it was the entire thing since you ran away has been a little over at this.
Does anybody have anything I can?
So if
give
anybody
him?
does have any magic points or
potion?
ISPs, you can recover an hour's worth back.
So, carry like pulling him away is different than like lifting him over a wall.
Yep, very much. Dude, you're in such bad shape. I don't know how to make it so that you would be safe.
Well, especially since like our really only option is to go out the front gate, or one of some gate, right? Because there's not a chance of going within any stealth way because we're not going to get a troll over the wall or anything.
Right. If I could get in there, I can wake him up. I can probably get in there if I make myself invisible and fly, but I'll need a little bit of time so that I have the energy to cast those spells on myself long enough to heal him.
Are you able to make anyone else fly?
Depending on how much time we take, yes. I'm just really tapped out right now.
Okay.
So let me see how long flight will last and how much it will cost. So it lasts 20 minutes at the base level. I can do it at level 3, which would give us basically an hour. But it's going to take me 3 hours to recover enough to do one person that way.
Oh.
I have enough that I could do it to myself now and go in, but if I get spotted or caught, I won't have any magic to defend myself. But if we waited, say, 6 hours, I could probably cast it on a second person and then still have enough that if I do wake him up, I can cast it on Katana himself. But he's got to wake up.
I don't know if we have that long to wait. I'm kind of. I didn't see anybody or hear anybody there, but there's no telling when they'll come back.
Yeah.
Well, I can go now. Hey, let's see. Let me do some math. Hard maths. Because I don't need to give him an hour of flight to get back here. I just need to give him.
No.
Is
20
Lehman? Is there any like town or supporting village near this?
Yes. Go ahead. Hold. I can like move people from one scene to another one. It's just there's a drop down that I have to be careful for because there's full to scene, kick player, and band player. I gotta make sure it's the right thing. So if you look, you are in like this area here. This is the
Uh-huh.
keep,
Mhm.
and just
Oh,
like
okay.
over here is the town.
The town. So maybe we don't have to engage them in order to make it safer. What if we were to create some sort of row in town?
Well, that's what we did earlier, right? That's how. Sorry, that's how we started this. We had
Yeah.
some troops to draw off their troops.
Oh, so they're unlikely to fall for it again. You're saying?
That would be my guess.
Basically, all of the whoops, I had it on. All of the other area had assembled in Albridge, and they went through and they did an attack on the keep, and then the main forces of the keep went this way, while the rest of them assaulted. The major force of the Harkenwalders, some the troop breakdown was about 100 Harkenwalders, 50 Woodsinger elves, and 2 druids had um, basically got a diversion so that there would be less forces, which was a good thing because the forces that were there gave you a run
Yeah.
for the money. If there would have been more, that would have been pretty bad. And
So
Kiyomak probably would have seen the big ruckus, the army.
Yeah.
So if I go by myself, I have enough to get him out if he wakes up. If you don't think we have the time to wait.
I'd rather not wait.
Okay.
Well, and how costly? Oh, you said the invisibility would took a little while too. Okay, never mind. On somebody
So
else.
I can't do the invisibility on somebody else at all, unfortunately.
I'll go with you, and I don't need to be
Just
invisible.
stay high.
Yeah.
I won't go invisible until the very end when I go in. So I'll stay high, cast invisibility, then go down because I'm going to be doing a low level invisibility instead of a high level invisibility. But yeah, I'm just lower on magic than Old Man Nicholas has ever been in his life. He's never cast this many spells before.
He's tired.
He's very tired, and it looks like his joints are acting up.
Yeah, Gonzor is he knows that type of situation.
Yeah.
All right. So the two of us go, we fly high, and then I'll see what I can do about getting him up. While I'm down there, it's going to take me a little while because it's going to take what 6. Depending on how badly he is hurt, it could take up to like 6 minutes to get him awake.
Okay.
But my invisibility will last for 15. So
So you cast fly.
yeah,
How long is that going to last?
I'm casting that one on myself for an hour,
Okay.
60 minutes. So I need to take the points away.
Is Shep staying?
Yeah, Chef is staying behind. He doesn't like it. I just don't have the energy to make him fly. All right. So flight cast on myself. I spent those points.
Gonna move everybody. cast fly. You get over there. And give me a perception. Just old man. Yeah, you're able to pick out Katunk at the bottom.
Okay. So I cast invisibility on myself, which is for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Wow, you spotted him? That's pretty good eyesight.
Oh, it was very difficult, but I saw you left a little marker next to him, it looks like.
He spelled out
Yeah.
Katunk's here.
That's 3 more epic points. Peter, we can't keep meeting your characters like this.
Yeah.
Should have told him you had to cast a spell to be able to do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if I hadn't cast Eagle Eyes on myself, I would have never found him. All right, so I will fly down and start doing healing touches.
Okay.
Invisible.
I'm guarding him with my crossbow.
So
I wiggle.
what did you say? He takes his heal base and adds what to it?
4, I think it was. Hold on. Yes, 4. So every now and then I wiggle his foot just so you know where I'm at, Jason.
Okay.
So Peter, go ahead and give me a versus coma and death mystically healed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. And then give me another one. Okay. So you will wake up.
That's good.
I put my hand over his mouth if he starts to stir. I don't know what he's gonna be like when he wakes up.
So you wake up, and then you can give me the D100 roll for the
Oh, jeez.
Uh,
Good luck.
for the injury. $58 minor joint stiffness, -1 pp. Go to the item tab. Number the second folder is permanent.
okay.
Drag that minor
Minor joint
joint
stiffness.
stiffness. Yeah.
Then on the main page under primary attributes, you get to turn it on because it didn't turn on.
All right.
Okay. He looks really bad, but he's awake.
All right. I say, Katunk, it's old man. I'm invisible. I don't have a lot of invisibility left. I'm gonna cast fly on you. We need to get the fuck out of here. So I cast 20 minutes of flight on him.
Okay.
I take it the fly that I had on me before is gone.
Oh
Yeah. By a long time.
Okay.
So I'm like up and then whatever direction we flew from.
Okay, and not Katunk, but because he's just too hurt. But Triad and Old Man Nicholas give perception.
Hold on, I was upstairs letting the dog in. Perception. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
try
That's
it.
normal.
You're flying above, and you were just more focused on Katunk because old man Nicholas went invisible. Saw like Katunk come to, and then Katunk start flying up towards you. Old man Nicholas, there wasn't a lot of noise or anything that body keep in the area of the keep, and flying over both ways, both. So it does take you about 15 minutes to get back to the rest of the group, but you are there. Huh. Oh, can people hear me? I'm going to pause because I think I lost internet connection. Okay. I paused the recording so there wasn't X many minutes of dead screen.
Nothing.
But it's going again. What was the last thing you heard me say?
You said that it was quiet around where Katunk was, I believe, is what you were saying.
Yep. Both on the way there and the way back. And now I'm just going to move you to the corner where everybody else is, but you make it back in about 15 minutes, 10, 15 back where the
Okay.
Lily Shep and Kiomak were.
All right.
Everybody was. The band's back together.
Yep.
So we were not really in a condition to do more harm to them, I don't feel. So is it time for us to make our way back?
Probably, unless
How
we
well
need
did
to
you all
go
explore the area?
We didn't go in every room, but unless you're, I mean, you are looking pretty bad there, buddy.
I am. I have some decent fissures.
I will start healing Katunk up as well while we're talking and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, let's see, I'm trying to remember. We went into 1, 2. I think we went into 2 different buildings. There's at least 3 or 4 we didn't go into. You're looking for prisoners, you say?
Yeah,
Who?
the rest of my company.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Trying to remember, we found some. Were they recently taken?
How long has it been, Lehman? That we got split up?
It's been a couple of months, actually.
So I don't have
Yeah.
the list handy right now, but there are some that we have found from the Curious Company and some that we know didn't make it. And we can give you that information when we get back to town. But you think the Iron Circle took your friends, or you just got separated?
Well, we got separated, and that's what we were. That's what we were working
Investigating.
on.
I mean, we can find a place to camp and try to recoup if we need to go back in. Maybe watch the gate to see what transpires here. See now that their leader has fallen. It was really quiet when we went in, though. I can get everybody except for you back to fighting shape probably in about an hour or so, I guess. Well, I won't have magic, but
Katunk, it would take 4 heals to
so eight
completely
minutes
heal
or
him.
so. Okay, so 8 minutes. We will definitely wait at least that long.
So you can heal up, Peter.
Okay.
I'll stand guard while you do that.
Well, I don't actually know they're in there. That's what I was doing there, was trying to figure out if the stuff that had
It doesn't
separated
look
us.
like you've been healed up all the way to it.
Really?
Oh no, you still have yourself wounded.
Huh. I wonder if it didn't save any of that.
When we had to when you lost connection.
Yeah, he didn't have his wounded is off, but it doesn't look like
Oh.
his hit points.
Yeah, no, that all.
Okay.
There we go.
And by now, I would think all of the spells are down.
Okay. So I don't know if like Lily, Triad, and Katunk want to see what they can find. I don't remember how many are left in there. I need to rest to get my spell stuff back. Heelmac needs to heal a little bit before he goes in. This one fissure here looks like it's going to split him in half.
Well, Shep can keep guard for you, right?
Yeah, Shep isn't going to let anybody bother us.
What was the last count on the bad guys that we know of?
Maybe around 5 or 6 that I saw, but that's I don't remember, honestly.
I think
That's
there was
more-
an adept, a couple of soldiers, and maybe a defender or two.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I saw that as I was passing out, so.
Well, we took out the leader, right?
Triad dropped the leader, from my understanding.
Yes.
Yeah, Triad and Keomac were the only ones conscious at that point.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe they're having a power struggle trying to figure out who's going to be the new leader? Who's in charge?
Well, I guess
Who's
so.
the leader now?
But they work with summoning demons and stuff like that, so I'm assuming whoever can do that is the leader.
Yep.
Though that armor that guy was wearing was similar to the armor of the guy way back when the clown showed up.
Out of this group, you're the only one who knows that.
No. Well, I say that. And then I'll be like, I look around, oh, you young whippersnappers.
In my day, there was clowns that we had to fight.
They threw playing cards. Uh, but that group wasn't the Iron Circle, was it, Lehman? That was a
No.
different name. Yeah. So it's like there's multiple groups out there, but this guy looked like somebody we defeated before, but we also like annihilate. It was when we cleaned out some dwarven home. But I don't want to leave if well, we'd like to make sure the servants got out too, I guess. There were the servants who were locked in, and then there's a chance that his friends might be in here. So I'd like to check it out, but we really need to wait for him to heal up a little bit before we do.
How long might that take?
Days.
Tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow will be the first heal, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that after one, and he's good. I need to go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
How much do you heal in a day?
The first 2 days you heal half your heal base rounded down. And then after that you heal your full heal.
So level plus P divided by 5.
Yeah, it's on the combat page.
Oh, is it actually calculated on that page? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it does a really nice job of those type of calculations automatically whenever anything gets raised or lowered.
Did we get separated around here? That was my understanding. Was we were at the keep or something, right? Or right in the region?
It was in the Harkenwald region, probably north of the river that Albridge goes through.
Okay. So where do you all work out of?
Gardmore?
I, I'm a squire looking for Sir Emery.
Did we lose somebody again?
Anthony dropped out and came back in.
Oh, okay.
So yes, there is a great paladin named Sir Emery.
Really?
I'm to be his squire.
Okay.
Have you heard of him?
No, never.
Well, I got a song about him if you want to hear it.
I'm not the type
Sir
to.
Emery, Sir Emery. Sir Emery.
Okay, I thought you said you were a squire.
I am a squire, yes. And I sing. I sing and play some instruments.
Can you hear me now?
All about Sir Emery.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
turned it off just before the song. I got lucky.
You missed it. You want the encore?
Mm-mm. I'm good.
I'm still waiting for the song.
Okay. It was Sir Emery, Sir Emery.
So
that's it. That's as much as I've gotten.
I'm getting all the names confused. Fallcrest is where we're out of, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we lived in Fallcrest.
And that's the same town that Keomac was
Sir Emery
stationed out of.
So wait a minute. So you're saying you're from Fallcrest, and you don't know, you're looking for Sir Emery, but he's also from there.
I'm not from Fallcrest, no. Sir Emery is. I was sent to Sir Emery.
But you said you worked out of Fallcrest.
Yes, it's quite
I
large.
haven't seen Sir Emery in a little while, actually.
Is that a recent development? Because I was there like a month or so ago, and I don't remember you.
No, you were the last time you left Fallcrest was about 6 months ago.
Oh, 6 months. Okay.
Yeah, you had been doing a lot of stuff out in the field and just hadn't got back, and then that's when things went sideways, haywire.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yes, working out of Fallcrest, it has not been a full year yet.
Old man Nicholas is originally from Winter Haven.
Yes.
Some months ago, probably like around that same time, he went. Triad was sent from another place to become a squire under Sir Emery, and just has never found Sir Emery.
Quite sad.
Well, their orders kind of disrupted it at Fallcrest, isn't it?
Yeah, they went to. They're the ones who went to Gardmore and got turned to stone.
We haven't figured out how to undo that yet, right?
Correct.
But Sir Emery, yeah, I traveled with Sir Emery for a while, but I don't know. He kind of creeps me out a little bit. Talks to his shield.
He has a shield that talks?
No, I've never heard his shield talk. I've heard him talk to his shield.
Oh. So it must be talking to him then.
Why would he talk to his shield and not his sword?
I don't know. You talk to your sword?
No, but if I were going to talk to one of them, that would definitely be the one.
Well, I'd say at least there's logic in talking to your shield if it's what's protecting you and keeping you alive. I don't know. He's a little bit odd.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know where he's gone. Trying to figure out which one of my characters actually, I took the notes of all the missing previous company on.
Lehman, I was part of Curious Company too, right? Or was I part of a different group?
No, you were a part of one of the groups of Curious Company.
Okay. So they have even more.
There were multiple groups in Curious Company. Basically, imagine a fantasy world, but there's not adventurers really.
Yeah.
But then after a war happened and the aftermath of the war has lasted a while, there was one last big ruckus, and the company, the mercenary company that you were part of, Curious Company, the leader was like, this retirement doesn't fit me, and now that vast swaths of civilization have been destroyed, there's monsters and creatures and evil plots and evil warlords and dictators and stuff taking over areas. So kind of hasn't quite come up with the hey, we're adventurers, but it's pretty much what he started. And then you were part of that original company, and like decided, yeah, retirement's really not for me, so let's I'm a young Crystalline or whatever, and I still want to do stuff, and yeah, going out and doing adventures and stuff sounds like fun. Well, and until you got to the Harkenwald, and then shit went sideways. So. But there were a couple groups. Your group went to Harkenwald. There was another one that had went to Thunderspire. There was another one that had went to Winterhaven. And occasionally you would meet up with the other groups stuff. And when you were like done with whatever your current job was, you would go and meet up with the other stuff. But this last job has just taken so long, and then kind of got split up. And Old Man Nicholas has told you that some of the people that you knew from those other groups have been found, and some were found to no longer.
So the group that went to Thunderspire, as far as I know, only Grubble's alive, right?
Yes. Who wasn't an original member. He was a new addition back then.
That's the only notes I found.
Oh, and I don't think it was Old Man Nicholas. I don't know if any of these characters are specifically there, but you killed a bunch of them also.
Oh yeah, the other group. There was a group that turned against the Curious Company and all the towns, and they attacked and were taken down. So, do we wish to post up for a few days, see what the traffic looks like here, and then go in if we can?
Well, I don't know. Last time I got hurt like this, it was a number of days. It was really a number of days.
The closest town, there wouldn't be anybody there that would have men stone, would there?
You don't know because you had bypassed it through the woods.
Right.
You-
Wasn't it? It was occupied, right?
Yeah, it was occupied at that time. So you kind of went around the town, but you don't know what it's like now.
So we can fall back to Fall Crust, where we can possibly get you healing,
Okay.
but that's a ways away.
Yeah, Fall Crest, quite a bit of.
Or we can go to a nearer settlement and find out if anybody has the ability to mend stone. If you want to stay in the area and come back.
Well, I mean,
I would like to say we know your friends are not in there, but I can't honestly tell you that.
well, I don't know if they are either. We can go back and I can ask around in the base and see whether anybody has heard of them.
So back to Fall Crest.
Yeah, I think so.
Besides taking out the leader here, Lehman, do we need to re-meet with the people that were fighting against them with us to see what their plans are?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was saying, you hadn't really made plans with them about that. Fall Crest is a ways away. Can you now see the large map?
Yes.
Okay, so you're around where that dot is. Allbridge is up here, and Fall Crest is up here.
So the last outpost of trouble we knew about was this keep, right?
Yes,
Without talking to the people in the area to find out if there's something else they need help with.
that is correct.
Okay. So why don't and we met them in Albridge? Was that the town that
Allbridge is where you made the final, or like the a group you had. Sorry, take a
Oh,
step
we
back.
have people that are unconscious there.
Around Allbridge and that. Plus, Allbridge is where you, like, right north of Allbridge, you had taken out a party, a group of the Iron Circle who was going to attack Allbridge. And then you got to Allbridge, you met up with the resistance leaders and stuff, and then that's when you made the current plan.
So let's fall back to Albridge first, see if we can meet up with the resistance, see how things are going. And then we can decide what's best there. Do you wish to come with us, Kiomax?
Sure.
Yeah, it'd probably take you a good 12 to 13 days. Oh, sorry, that's. I have a little chart on how many. Well, oh, it takes you about 6 days to go from
Harkenwald to
Fall Crest.
Falkers. So we'll go to Albridge, see if we can find any of the resistance to speak with, and see how things are going now.
I think you can see the blown
Yes.
up map now. So yeah, so here. Oh, so that takes you about a day. Keomac, you can heal half heal base by that time.
How do you do that?
Just add it to hit points, whatever your
Oh, okay.
heal base. Divide by 2, round down. Add that. First 2 days will be like that. Normal. There. Once you get to Albridge, you have you hear that. Well, you see a few of the people. You've been to Albridge before, so you're recognized, and that includes Kiomac. Uh, and they tell you that the the resistance forces were able to overcome the Iron Circle that had left, and later, because you'd spent time resting and walking, they had horses. Message that the the keep was liberated. They didn't know what happened to you. They knew that you had assaulted it, and there were only the servants left. They were cleaning up, getting ready for whoever was going to move in. But the the Baron was found in the dungeon, barely alive. It's not known if he is going to survive or not. The one that the Iron Circle over, which was a place under the ground floor of the keep, which you had not second and top level. But it seems for now that the Iron Circle has been driven to the Harkenwald.
Yay!
That's good news.
Yep.
The we think that their leader fell, so maybe they're regrouping to promote somebody.
We'll keep more vigilance on them. They'd actually come from the south. Vigilance on that road, as well as the Woodsinger elves here, kind of go along.
Borders.
That keep track on all the wood areas, that road.
Did you find any other prisoners?
No, they did not find any.
I'm sorry, Matt. Doesn't look like they're there anymore if they were.
Well, hopefully they're still in, maybe they didn't go missing. But it sounds like there's been a lot of, you're saying there's even more people from Curious Company that went missing? It seems like a bad.
Yeah, there was a bad part. Let me. This ale house has been, what I want to say, burned, so this no longer exists. But bring everybody over. There used to be a board. Notice on it. So Andrace was found in Gardmore, and he came back. Same with Dagon and uh, Marina. So all three of them were found in Gardmore. Turn. I want to say Eshka, Gareth, Karath, and a few of the others were found undead in uh, Thunderspire.
Mhm.
Lena, the group did not kill her when the rest of her band from Curious Company revolted. The ones that are still unknown are Grace, Luku, Zazina. Those are the ones that are missing from you, Kiyomak, from your group. Varys, you're not quite. You met him, but you're not sure where he might have been. There is a good third found undead, and a third had tried to take. Basically, they had been secretly planning take some stuff and kill the leader. They were put down.
Okay.
Like the dogs they were.
And then they the main ones in Fallcrest right now are Andrace, Alor, Marina, and Dagon, and Grubble is now there. They helped take down the Iron Circle that was assaulting Fallcrest, because basically the Iron Circle, once they kind of had their fist around the Harkin Wall, they send about half of their forces up to siege Fallcrest. Try to summon some Archdevils. Successfully summoned one of them. The group prevented the second from being summoned. Then the group of player characters plus Curious Company that were there Archdevil or kept the town from falling. But the Iron Circle has been having their numbers whittle away. Seems like that last push on the flipped it the other direction, or finally pushed out, which is a good.
So is the Iron Company, is it a bigger organization that has a base somewhere else?
Yes, off the main map.
Okay.
Right. Like down. From that direction.
Yeah. We don't
Okay.
know where they come from yet.
Okay.
Basically, you being part of a Curious Company, you knew that they also had fought in the same war that you were in. It was a bunch of hyenids that were worshiping devils and stuff, and various other companies, kind of in order to survive, gain more money, gain more power and stuff, kind of went dark. Um, the Iron Circle was one of them, where they started some basically gaining power and summoning devils and demons to fight on their side instead of always against them. The Gray Company was also one that they turned to necromancy, where when their soldiers would fall, they would just animate them back as undead.
I see.
And reuse their soldiers. So you went into like, the mercenary contracts weren't for X many years or X many, it was like forever. When they said forever, they kind of meant forever. Curious Company was one of the ones that didn't go dark. There was a lot of bad stuff happening, and some people felt that going a lighter shade of bad was justifiable.
So it does sound like we can probably head back to Fallcrest now.
So you're in Albridge. Shit. So,
Well, are they going? Is there going to be a stable government here? What?
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. There was a leader of the resistance. Trying to remember. I don't know if anybody had notes on him or not. Go to maps. I don't want. Nazin Redthorn, that was the main bad guy. Dar Gremeth was a retired adventurer, or it wasn't retired like soldier who was kind of the main uh, leader of the resistance in Albridge, as well as Wraithen Druid. Um, they're still around. They haven't come back though, so it sounds, and from messengers and stuff, it sounds like they're staying at the keep um, to see the Baron going to recover or not. But you know that there's a leader of the resistance, leader uh, uh, of the one of the two druids is very well regarded, um, and there's also various leaders of the other towns around there that could make a decent a council. They have good skills as leadership, and one of them is basically there's trade, or there was trade between Fallcrest and the Harkenwald, um, that the White River, um, which is river that gets Albridge. Basically, they go from Fallcrest down the Nentir River over to the right. White River um, is a family, and when I say family, I mean like cousins and aunts and uncles, big extended family of Gelfkin who do a lot of trade. So they they do have established trade routes and trade and leaders and stuff like that. So you don't think there will be a power vacuum. It was
Okay.
mainly like this veteran company of mercenaries came in and walloped everybody before the resistance.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that was my main concern. Was just that that we didn't just create a vacuum.
Right, right.
Well, sure. I think that's a great plan. Great works for me. I mean, I can go back and check with leadership and see whether or not There's been
If
any
you-
word of the rest of my people.
If you run down any leads, there are other people that would probably help. I mean, I would help too. I'm not saying I wouldn't. Just saying that there are people that have been looking for the remainder of the Curious Company.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have to go out alone to find them.
Also, okay, none of the PCs here are part of the Curious Company, but the Curious Company has recruited a few more. 4, 5, 6, 7. So there will be 7 new people. Kind of bolster the ranks since other ones have fallen, not returned, etc. But in order of celebration, there is a big party being a big, like at the end there's a big celebration that you are invited at the tavern, I guess,
Where is this at?
in Albridge.
Allbridge.
Albridge. Okay. Is there a? Where does the Curious Company? Curious Company operates out of Fallcrest, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Fallcrest is about 6 days away.
Right. But do they have like an office or something in Albridge, or is it just?
No, they do not have
Okay.
any ties with Albridge. Basically, both for when Keomac's group went and when your group went, it was because there were rumors and then evidence of the Iron Circle being in Harkenwald and having experience with the Iron Circle and knowing kind of how they viewed things. It was a concern of Aelor, so he was trying to get information. That's kind of how it had started. Snowballed into finding out that they were completely had taken over the Harkenwald.
Lehman,
Yes.
while the celebration, while we're gathered in Albridge, I'm going to try and find a cleric,
Okay.
and I've got Czar's penance still,
Uh-huh.
and explain the circumstances of I thought I was doing the right thing, restoring the crypt and all this kind of stuff. And I can't remember who was with me, who also got Czar's penance, but
That was Aaron's.
And to be clear, you're not going to find a cleric here. You might find a priest.
okay.
Clerics, if there would have been a cleric, they would have been fighting, because clerics are fighting priests.
Well,
Priests have better powers, but better divine powers, less
right.
physical stuff.
Well, explain to whatever holy person I can find, the situation behind the penance or me getting the penance. I was trying to do the right thing, but apparently the right thing was the wrong thing. And I don't, I would like to do whatever it takes to, get rid of this penalty. Would they know what I need to do to remove Czar's penance?
So hold on one moment as I write down some page numbers because I'm going to have to do some page flipping.
Initially, we thought that we might have to go back there and find, because the skeleton was missing its skull, find the skull and put it in with the rest of the skeleton so that the skeleton was whole again. But again, with Sir Anthony being gone, that's kind of his adventure, and we're
Sir Emery.
Sir Anthony.
sorry.
Anthony's been knighted.
Yeah.
For all of his good works.
We got to start balancing out our team to have people that can carry heavy people if we need to.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
So give me 2 D20 rolls. I don't want them added together. I want them separate.
Hey Tom, what weapon
Yep.
does Kiomak use?
I just needed 2.
Because he uses an army sword, large sword.
Okay. Just curious.
I squeak.
Do you use a shield? Yeah, you use a shield when you were carrying with a shield, right?
I had a
I
16
think
and a
so.
13.
Yeah.
Yep. Or 16 and an 8.
What?
You rolled 3 times. 16, 8.
No,
13.
I only rolled twice.
Tom rolled in
Once.
Oh, did you roll for what was your roll?
Yeah, you said I didn't know it was to one if it was to one person.
Oh, okay. I just
I thought you were just looking for random.
No, I'm seeing token name. That usually means somebody hasn't grabbed. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't have a token on that page.
Yeah, I see token name for my
Yeah, the 8's
roll.
mine.
I see Tom
Yeah.
for Tom's roll.
I thought you were just looking for a random 2d20 or 1d20 twice. Yeah, I used the small shield.
I'm trying to see, like, there's armor and stuff that we have that we know is magical, but I know you can't use armor. So I was trying to see if there were other things.
Oh,
Squeak.
I can use armor.
Come here, Squeak.
You eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to put magic armor on you for you to eat it. It seems very poor decision making there. I have to identify this stuff, but it's going to take me a while.
I wouldn't say that we eat it. The armor likes our form better than it does its old form.
I don't know that that's 100% true.
Did you ask it?
No, you're right. I don't talk to items. But if we put plate mail on you and it takes your form, it lessens its ability to protect you.
But it increases mine.
Does it? I think it just fills you up, doesn't it?
Which is the essence of protection.
Well, I'll let my chicken know that it's the essence of protecting me when I eat it.
Okay, and now Peter, specifically
Yes.
Peter, one
Yep.
more roll, just a D2.
A D2?
Yeah, I'm looking for heads or tails, even odd, that type of thing. See who you might go to first. Okay. So in Albridge, there are 2 priests.
Uh-huh.
The small little, almost they're both in the same building. They just have small little altars.
Right.
A priest keeping, they both keep the main part up, the general area up, and then they keep their own altar.
Right.
Uh, so the first one that you meet is a priest of Adrethin, who is the nature deity.
Uh-huh.
And he says he would be happy to do it, but he is currently lost all connection with his deity. Oops. So he is currently unable. Now, if you would be able to restore his connection to, again, he would be very
Uh-huh.
grateful and do that.
Hey, yeah, so there's this rumor going around there's a way to go to the moon.
How would I restore his connection to his deity?
Hey, there's this rumor going around where there's a way to go to the moon to stop the 3 hags from imprisoning the deity of nature.
Have I heard that rumor?
I'm not sure. I don't think Punk was on that adventure, but I don't.
Is Katonk part of Curious Company?
No,
No.
Oh,
not yet.
then possibly not. Curious Company definitely knows about it.
Those back at Fallcrest, not the current.
Right. The new Curious Company. And the ones that have been returned home.
The ones in Fallcrest.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, so Adrethin is like I said, nature of forest and wilderness and stuff, but they also worship, or so that there's a priest of Pastia, which is the greatest goddess of water. So since they are right on the river and a lot of their trade,
Right.
comes by that, and the Harkenwald is not. I mean, the whole area of the Nentir Vale isn't like modern urban or even
Right.
fantasy modern urbanized. It's more rural, rustic, urban areas. So there's still, the two different types of nature, land and
Right.
water. But they're uh, the priestess there would be willing to, for a small fee of 80 solidi. Attempt, and it's an attempt. If the goddess says no, they're not gonna try to get the goddess to say yes. They will see if the goddess will allow it, but
Right.
they will attempt it.
Oh, I gotta find my money.
Pay for the extra ritual that takes them longer.
Where's my money? There's money? Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. And I'll pay the extra.
If that's an option. That's just a way to do the extra time to give them a bonus. Or a way for the temple to milk him out of extra money.
Yes. So
I'll
the
pay
the ritual, takes a time, and that time is 80 solidi, and you could go up to 5 times. So if you're going to do 2 times, it would be 160. If you're going to do the full
Right.
5 times, it'll be 400.
I got the money. So I'll pay the 400.
Okay.
And I'm deleting the money.
Okay.
Because Katunk feels he's been cursed enough.
So now we'll find out if the gods agree.
Oh, knowing Katunk's luck.
Well, I'll let you know, or I can have you roll it even. You have a 50% chance.
Oh, Lordy. I'll have you do it as the gods.
Okay.
Because my rolling luck, you know what that's like.
And since it is right on 50, do you want to go high or low?
Oh.
If it was anything else, I'd just roll the dice. But
Yeah.
it being right on 50 is, I'm finding it's fickle. just like water, the seas.
I'm feeling low today.
Okay. Could have been more optimistic.
Oh,
Unfortunately, you do not feel any different.
I don't imagine she could try again.
She said no.
Nope. Remove
That's
curse. This ability may be performed only once,
per
only one
curse.
time by the same person per victim.
Uh,
The priest of Adrethan, rescue my god. I'm sure he.
well, if I knew what was going on, I'd be willing to try.
Well, you just need to investigate.
Sorry, just to be complete, these are a little more harsher stuff. Most like 95% of stuff I keep hidden, but I rolled a 6. Wasn't really close. Sucked. But just to let you know, yes, that would have worked if the roll is the roll succeeds. That is a way to remove that.
Maybe she felt like you didn't bathe enough.
I guess that's what I get for pissing in the stream.
Oh, yeah. So, Lehman, while we have a little bit of downtime here, I guess
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to identify some more of these items.
Okay, and I would say you'll at least get at this point in time, you'll
You said it was
you
24 hours,
yeah,
right?
it would be a little well, and then stuff has been happening. So it was that enough to fill you up
No,
on?
it did not fill me up.
Okay, so give your since your low point, we'll say about 28 hours has passed.
So that would be 56 for me. Yeah, still not full, but better.
Okay, so you wanted to. Were you gonna like?
So I have object
Oh,
reading.
yeah. I mean, I understand the object.
Oh,
Other than math, vocabulary is not really good today either for me. Are you going to seek accommodations within Allbridge for the night? You won't.
yeah.
Being the ones who were known to have assaulted the keep, it will be free.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say we would get rooms.
And then you could, do your wash up and stuff before the evening celebration really takes place. And that is something. Oh, I will say the Adrethan priest, he has lost connection. He hasn't lost everything. It's just the things that require the intervention of a deity.
Uh-huh.
So like spells don't. It's like you choose your spell and the deity's like, okay, you don't have to bother me. But the remove curse is a I was looking. But so you're staying there.
I would also like to put word out to see if there is either a healer, like psychic healer, or somebody who knows men's stone.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
Okay.
I need to trying to check. Yeah, put it part.
I don't know how wealthy Keomat is, but old man Nicholas was planning on paying for his healing if we find somebody who can do it.
Trying to look, I'm not sure. I'd asked the question at one point whether that I had any additional money, but I don't know.
Which is, even if you figure that out later, I will still pay for this just because you showing up kind of saved our bacon.
Okay.
They were getting ready to run until you showed up.
Right. And we still ended up running, but we at least accomplished the task before we ran. Or while we ran, I guess.
So yeah, the priest of a breath did not have 4th level, 3rd. There might be a. Roll a d10 on a 1 and a 2. Somebody 1 and a 2. There will actually be a healer. 3 or higher, there will be a herbalist. That.
Go for it, Tom. Or as I can tell, Comfrey's the only one.
Yeah.
Do you have coughs, gas, insomnia, or feminine problems, Tom?
Nope.
Okay. That's we'd use saffron in that case.
Don't even know if we're possible to have gas.
I think you have internal working structures, or do you? Do you just eat minerals?
I do not eat or feed, as other races do.
Yeah.
Okay. They have 4, or whoever the herbalist is has 4. Um, it's kind of almost like an icy hot type thing.
Mm-hmm.
For you to smother all over your fissures. Um, the directions, the pharmaceutical directions are 1 a day, no more than 1 a day, and they will increase your natural.
Okay.
And how much are they?
They're free.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's not like every time you go to Albridge, things will be free, but right now people are celebrating.
Right.
Okay.
Other one. they'll also give you 2 arnica.
Oh, yeah, that one does shock points. I missed that one.
And again, that's a once a day.
What level are they?
4th.
Okay. So it's 1 point per level that it'll boost 2 times.
Okay.
So when you, in the morning when you have the healing,
Yeah.
your heal base will be divided by 2 rounded down, but then you'll add 4 to that.
Okay.
And then you will also add 4. Even if you still have hit point damage, you'll get 4 points of shock point healed.
Okay.
That's what the second one does, is shock points. The first one that you got 4 of does hit points.
Yeah. So what was the 2 items?
So Comfrey is the
And-
first, and then the second
Okay.
is Arnica.
And make sure you note both are level 4.
Okay. And the first gives me +4 to my roll at the end, or not the roll, the base.
No, it gives it at the end, so it won't be halved.
Right.
So it's
I was only saying it that way so that I knew, because like I only have 1 more day of only healing half, right?
right,
Right.
correct.
And there's 4 of those.
4 of those, yes.
And then how many of the
Arnica,
Arcane?
there were
Arnica.
2 Arnicas.
And those give shock points? How many of those? How many shock points does it give?
It'll give you 4 shock points.
Okay.
For you.
So basically, how well they make them is what level they are, and it's
Okay.
1 per level. So those are all level 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like D&D where healing potions, are basically can be as good as cure light wounds or cure wounds spells. But they are something that can be done that doesn't require magic.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more of an indictment on cure light wounds than anything else in D&D.
Right.
The fact that like even if you're level 9, the average heal's probably maybe not a level 9 because they have healed probably by then, but up to that point, like the average heal's probably in a 20 maybe at most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I completely changed healing, because it was similar in Palladium, where if you're just rolling a D6 or a D8 or whatever it was for the healing ability, the healthier and higher level you are, the worse the healing was.
Yeah.
So I've been pretty happy with doing it based off of PE and the level of both the character being healed and the character doing the healing, and or these that just augment it. I think it's worked out pretty. And yeah, these a lot of people haven't. I don't think anybody's really done much with the herbal products.
I did in the beginning
Yeah.
until I learned how to heal from a god.
Right, but there's some other things that I just read that I'd forgotten.
Right.
Nice, the ones that you ignore your wound penalty if you're wounded. That's kind of nice.
Right. Yeah. No, there's several.
Yeah, agrimony alleviates pain. Oh, ignore wound penalty for 1 round per level. Wounded, you take that and temporarily not have negatives. Combat or still. Yeah,
So
some of these you might be able to ignore Your permanent injury.
Ooh.
And develop addiction all at the same time.
Yeah.
I was just guessing. I didn't even know that for sure. I was.
I'm pretty sure that would make sense. So, identifying items, I think I'm going to do 2 of them today.
Okay.
We haven't identified the parry dagger, but Triad's currently holding it. So, I think it's like paired with his rapier. So I'm going to try to identify that one first.
Okay, let me. This was from the Lich's lair.
Yeah, I have it as a goblin lair, but it's where one of our people became a lich.
What?
One of our people became dead permanently. That's why I can't heal Lily.
I'm trying to figure out was that part of the set or not part of the set?
It was. It's the Blade Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have all these things in different places. So what do you know about it?
Well, it's a medium parry dagger, and we know that his rapier gets a bonus when he uses it in his offhand. But that's all we know. So I'm going to try to identify the actual medium parry dagger.
Okay.
Which I'm spending 21 points, which is 90%. What was that? That's not possible. What did I do?
True. You rolled a 1d0.
That's not what I typed at all.
You broke it.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I'm glad I did. I was looking at 70% chances, so I'm glad I decided to change that. Barely skated that one in there.
That is like read object read or read object.
Object reading. Object reading. Operation in history is what I was going for with a 90%.
Okay.
What?
Jay's like eating things. Keep.
Why is
Yeah,
everybody's gain at max?
Okay, so operation and okay, so the blade, the offhand weapon is known as rhythm.
Oh, so the rapier was known as Harmon.
Yeah, the rapier is harmony and gout. However you that French rhythm. You know that if they're used together, they work much better. Did you have what they did?
No, I don't.
yes.
With the critical.
I have critical when wielded with the matching pairing dagger and not attacking with both weapons. You may make a free attack after resolving the critical attack. If the critical attack is successfully defended against, this effect still triggers.
Yes.
And then property, when you successfully hit with both harmony and rhythm now, the the rhythm does 1 point of damage. The damage does HP damage. This point of damage is lost if the target does not have HP.
Right. So basically, if you do 5 points of damage, 4 will go normal, and then 1 will always hit HP unless the target does not have HP, which would be things like
Okay.
demons, devils, undead, constructs, things without life.
Mm-hmm.
But all it takes is 1 point of HP to wound something.
True.
And you have that. Oh, okay, you have it as a question.
Come on, Mo. What are we doing? What are we doing? Fucking cutie. What are we doing?
I'm changing your thing. Okay, so normally it would be a +1 strike and parry, but you have it at 2 on both of them. So yeah.
Go on.
So you had all the information correct. It's just now you have what else?
I have the name.
You have the names there. Although I'm trying to figure out why you're you have a bunch of negative. Huh. I'm gonna roll just to see why you have so many negatives.
Okay.
Oh, you have your characters off.
Oh, he was off when he was doing his medical treatment of the troll.
Oh yeah. I should have it as normal. There we go. I switched it.
And I did forget. I should take that one off. It shouldn't be a drop down. It should be
Like a selection or
a toggle.
A green. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the things that it does, it stopped working with that. I don't remember if it was like parry or dodge or whatever. Okay. Now, correct. Okay. And what was the second thing you were doing?
I think I'm gonna do. So I don't think this was part of a set, but it's from the same encounter.
Okay.
A medium dagger.
Okay. are you doing a 90 on that one
Yeah.
too? So on this, it's not like it doesn't. Whoever had it before or whatever, when you're doing history and operation, it doesn't seem like they gave it a name. But it does have a mystical resonance, so it's considered a magic weapon. Its damage is 1d6 plus 3, and it's also plus 1 to strike.
So its base damage is 1d6 plus 3. Is that different than a normal dagger? I don't remember.
No. Normal damage. Oh. Yes, normally it's a plus 2, 1ds plus 2.
Okay.
It's
So it's
basically
plus 1
plus
to
1
strike
strike and
damage.
damage. It's like a plus 1 magic dagger.
Right. I will equip that one because I do dagger fight if I run out of magic.
Okay.
Is there something I need to drag across or?
No, just drag a normal knife, and then when the box appears in that top box, make it put a 1 there for the plus 1 to strike, and then change the S to a 6, and then the plus 2 to a plus 3.
I guess I could just do that with the knife I have if I'm not going to be carrying it. Oh.
Yeah, you could just change your knife and then just write on the character somewhere that you still have that knife.
Well, I have a knife from the Well of Hell. I don't remember if that was special or not. Oh.
Yeah, maybe you never looked at it, or what the
I
stats
might
look any
not have.
different?
No, not that I can tell. Just where I picked it up, I think.
Tom, the Well of Hell was one of those like 15 session.
Oh yeah.
Get out of a really nasty place. In Thunderspire Mountain, that's where they found all the undead characters, and there was lots of mayhem. Oh, fond memory.
As part of the name, I like it says knife dagger. I can change what's in the parentheses, right?
Yes.
I just want to put that it's magic so that I, you know.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you got a lot of Well of Hell. So you must have picked that up from some other thing, because I don't think Old Man Nicholas went.
No, he didn't. I don't. I think somebody gave it to him or something at one point in time. That, or I got it from the Curious Company. I don't remember. It's just been on here for a while, and it may just be a note. That's just a note.
Triad might have gave it to you. Triad had a large dagger.
Oh, he gave it to me. Yeah, that's where it came
Did
from.
we trade?
Yeah, the main ghost. When you took that, you gave me that dagger. So is it supposed to be large then?
Yes, it's a large dagger.
So I should have been at penalties when you.
Well, or you it wouldn't have been penalties. It just wouldn't have been
I wouldn't be using my proficiency.
correct.
Right. I don't think I have it. I don't know how. I haven't done anything to make that a true statement
You mean on the character sheet?
yet.
What's that one listed as?
Knife, well of hell.
Okay.
And I guess should it still be D6 or would it be D8?
It would be D8. So now it should work.
Okay.
Because it would still work with any hand-to-hand you have.
Right.
Those bonuses apply, but the weapon proficiency bonus apply.
Right. And I have magic dagger, hand to hand. Oh, magic dagger. Throw.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, and it's different on the parry.
Right.
Large. Colorful. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I spent most of my mana again. Not all of it, but most of it. So I am only doing the 2 today.
Okay, then were you heading out the next day, morning? Doing anything else today before the celebration?
I'm not doing anything else today before the
Yeah, I'm not.
celebration.
I'm not. I'd like to find out more about restoring the Adrethin stuff, but I think I need to go to Fallcrest to find out more about that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The priest here doesn't know what happened. He just knows that certain things no longer work that did work. Although it wasn't like he was removing curses every day or anything. So it will take you 6 days to get back.
We can handle this afterwards, Lehman, but I would like to do 2 of those a day on the travel back.
Okay. So the next day, Tom, you would heal half your heal base.
Okay.
If you apply those, you can apply both potions, but the one would give you only on the shock points, and the other one would apply to your hit points.
Yeah, I'll take one of both.
Okay, so then it would be 4 added to your heal base for hit points, and then 4 shock points.
And I'm still at half for the last day, right?
Yes, for this day, yes.
Yeah.
The next day you'll get the full +4.
Okay.
So then the next day you can do it again. This time you're getting the full heal base plus the 4, and then 4 to shock.
Okay.
And anything that heals hit points also heals shock points. It goes the one way, but it doesn't go the other way. So
Yeah,
if you have any spillover, those will be shock points also.
Okay.
So I think you might not be wounded anymore. Or will it? No, it'll be really close.
Oh, I just messed it up. What was it before? Was it 12? I think it was 12.
It was 11.
Well, no, 11 is what I just overwrote it to. I think it was 12
Okay.
before.
Okay.
Because it was 1 plus then it was, we think. No, it would have been 11. It would have been 11.
1 plus 3 plus 7.
1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 12 or 11 again. Yeah, so 22.
22. Yep. And then, yep, on that shock point. So, since you haven't played the new, well, you haven't played Palladium in a long time, and then my version of it, and just had like 1 or 2 sessions. I would not use it the next day or the comfrey, because your hit points are gonna heal, and you'll kind of be out of the danger zone, and you might keep it for the next day. I think you have used both of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it seems like decently healed. Not healed, but decently.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to take you weeks and weeks to fill the rest of it on your own. It's kind of those first 2 days are rough because it's halved. After that, you do pretty decent. There will be 4 more days of healing.
Okay.
Which you're probably, by the time you get back to Fall Crest, should be.
Yeah.
Completely healed. Okay, so Emacs feeling okay. Then old man Nicholas was doing some stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna do 2 a day because then that nets me a gain of 6 magic points each day, basically, that I'm recuperating.
Okay.
But if you have more story, we can wait until we're done, because I know
Well,
Jason.
it's not like we can get into a fight or anything because we have 20 minutes left.
Gotcha.
And I think if you're looking at loot that anybody might possibly have, then people would be probably interested.
So I'm guessing the one that I should look at. Can archers wear hide armor? I guess.
Anybody can wear anything. It's just what tier is going to give them penalty.
Right. There's some very large hide armor that we found that I didn't know if might be beneficial to Katunk or not.
I'm wearing I'm wearing reinforced leather right now.
What is the hide armor? Where is that from? Do you have?
It's same list that I had the medium dagger in. So it was in the same adventure, but not on one of the mannequins.
Okay.
There were very large boots, bracers, hide armor, and a very large halberd.
Okay. Yep. I see what it is.
All right. So I'll try that one now. 90% still.
Okay. So it has a magical property on it. It counts as hard leather. So it's above like fur. Um, but its armor rating would be lower and its SDC would be lower than reinforced leather. Armor rating of 10, SDC of 30. Like the base of, like I said, hard leather, but um, it is once per day, which resets in the morning. When you're wounded, the armor will reduce all damage by 10 points.
One time per day when you're wounded, it will reduce the damage coming in by 10 points.
Yes.
So it's not as good as what you're wearing, but it has that on it. So
Uh-huh.
if you're not interested, well, you don't have to take it. I'm just this is what it is.
I mean, it's 10, 10 points of armor reduction in Palladium. Like,
Is pretty nice. Yeah.
it's like
What's the difference between the ARs though?
2 points.
And he also has the shield charm that gives him +1 AR if he doesn't move.
Right.
But that's once per
It's once a day.
right. And that one resets at sunset.
Yeah, one of the things that I did, Tom, in a lot of games, they say like once per day, but then you're like, is that 24 hours since I used it? Does it,
Yeah.
is it after rest? My magic type stuff is depending if it's linked toward, it's not necessarily good or bad, but like light or dark, it will reset at sunset or sunrise.
Gotcha.
That was just my easy way of doing that whole once per day. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
So what's the armor rating on that again?
10.
10. It's light armor,
Right.
SDC 30.
So what's the reinforced leather?
12 and 38.
So I'd lose.
The main thing is lowering your armor class by 2 to have that one time a day reducing damage by 10 worth it to you.
And the one
Uh-huh.
time a day means as long as you're wounded, you will have that reduced. It's just that if you're healed and then get wounded again in the same day, then it would work.
Oh, so every attack after he's wounded the first time, basically.
Yes, until he's healed again.
Okay. No, that's definitely worth it. I'd put it on something smaller and wear it myself.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it, I guess.
You don't use a bow at all, do you, Kiamak?
The schematic, I don't believe so. Let me
I'm
check.
just looking at the stuff
He's
that
a
I have here.
crossbow.
So there's a magical medium bow. So you're a medium sized person, right?
Yes.
So the only sword we have that's medium is a short sword.
Okay, yeah, that, minus the large sword. Yeah.
So and your skill all revolves around large swords, right?
I also have axe, I believe.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing like that here.
Lehman, does paired weapons, is that irrespective of
As long as it's
uh
not two-handed weapons, yes.
but that would allow you to use any sort of a weapon?
Yeah, I don't make you like choose a dagger, rapier, or this that. It's just two weapons that you can wield. You just if you don't have the weapon proficiency skill, you're not going to get those bonuses, but you'll still get your hand-to-hand bonus because those are general bonuses for like.
What are all those on? That's paired weapons is a skill. I think it's I don't remember which is there two axes? Yeah, there's two axes too, isn't there?
Uh, there might be throwing axe and normal axe. So you have, yeah, you have axe. So it axe and throwing axe are the same. So they use the same weapon.
How do you tell that I have axe? Because I don't. I'm looking in there and weapon for
Well,
weapon proficiency.
yeah,
Okay, there you go.
WP axe.
So yeah, there's swords are split up into large and short for weapon proficiency.
But axe is any.
Yeah,
And
we don't have an axe. Just as a reminder, I'm
yeah.
asking if you want me to identify the short sword as a potential.
Is the aiming sword, arming sword, is that a two-hander?
It's a one hand.
It's a one-hander.
It's what D&D would call a longsword.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd have to give up the shield and then use it in my offhand,
You could do that, yeah. Or
and then I would use paired weapons instead of shield to block.
You would use either weapon. Basically, you can parry with either weapon. I would just look to see which one gave me the bonus. What it does allow you to do is to strike with both weapons at one time. And if your opponent doesn't either have paired weapons or a weapon in his shield, they can only parry one of the weapons.
before making a hard decision, I'll make this the next one I identify.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you're not interested in it at all.
Okay. All right.
So let's go with that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Is this the same thing? There's a.
Oh, all
Or-
these items are in the same group, but this one was, I thought it was a set. It was medium boots, a short sword, a recurved bow. It had the shield charm and then medium black reinforced leather armor.
Okay, this one different. It might have been a. There were two sets, if you remember. There were two statues.
Right. I think it was on the other statue, not the regalia statue, but the other one. Because that's how I grouped it. I had the first statue grouped, the second statue grouped, and then everything else we found.
I might not have. Yeah, because that on the right it had, or sorry, on the left it had short boots, short sword, recurve bow, amulet, and reinforced leather. What it looked like. Correct? Is that what you have?
Boots, short sword, recurve bow, amulet, reinforced leather.
You can roll, but I won't be able to tell you until I find where I put the.
Okay. Well, it doesn't help Tom make his decision though.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Ooh,
almost didn't
close.
make it.
So I'll have. I think I wrote it down quickly. For right now, with the time we have, I don't have enough of it to figure out where it came from.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that was for sure.
Right. How you spell Keomak, Tom?
Keomak.
Then there is part of the other stuff that we found, not part of a set. There was a medium staff.
Yes.
So this would be the next day.
Okay. The owner called it the staff of the war mage. 1d6 plus 3. Which is between a quarterstaff and an iron staff damage. It gives a +1 to spell targeting, and the area of area effect spells are considered one level higher than what you cast at. So not like damage, but the bigness of the area of effect spell.
Okay. Reinforced is only leather, right, Lehman?
Reinforced is leather, yes.
Okay. Because I had another one that just said reinforced armor, so I was making sure. All right. You know what? I'm curious about this basket.
About the what?
There was a basket.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, I'll do that one next.
It's a cornucopia basket. You open the basket at sunrise. There is an assortment of nourishing food weighing 10 pounds.
Damn. A lot of food.
If it's not eaten by noon, it disappears.
10 pounds is enough to feed 2 people a day, right? Medium people.
I would have.
Might be on my character.
Yeah, I think 5 pounds per medium character.
Yeah, it's 5 pounds a day. So, well, that's nice.
If we're not going to do anything else tonight, I'm going to log off. I have to give a final tomorrow.
Okay, good luck on that.
Well, as I tell the students, it's good news and bad news. The good news is they only have to take one test.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is I have to grade all of them.
Well, good night, Peter.
Good night.
Right.
Thanks much.
Yep. How many?
So about so that was day 2 of the 6 days, or day 3? I forget now. I think that was 3. So I'll go back to the Blade Master Regalia.
Okay.
There's the bracers and the gloves. So I'll do those 2.
So which one? Both
The
of them?
bracers and the gloves, yeah.
So the bracers are bracers of regret.
Sounds perfect for you there, Jay.
When you are successfully hit by a melee attack, you gain a +2 to strike and damage against that enemy when using paired weapons on the next attack.
What was that again?
The bracers of regret, when you are successfully hit by a melee attack, you gain a +2 to strike and damage against that enemy when using paired weapons on the next attack. So if somebody hits you, not necessarily damage, but if they hit you, you have paired weapons, you gain a +2 to strike and damage on your next attack against them.
Sounds like that's for Triad. I do have a question. The baffling cape he has where he can switch positions with the enemy,
Yes.
is that a magical switch? Like they disappear and reappear where he's at, vice versa?
No, it's more of a, well, yes and no. If it looks, if you get hit with a, because it says when an enemy misses you. So if they're shooting you with a bow, yes, it kind of looks mystic. But if it's a melee, it looks more like a bull fighter,
Okay.
witch type thing, like a big flourish looking.
I was just curious if he's like in the case where we were he was at the side of the castle wall, flying over open air.
Yeah,
If he would have used it, if they would have fallen.
probably. That's where you just got to remember what your crap does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I didn't really want to use it like that in
No
case
problem.
I needed to or something.
And medium gloves, I got the 56.
So these are the gloves of recovery. It's a once per day resetting at sunrise. If you miss an opponent using paired weapons, you immediately re-roll the attack, but only the offhand weapon would be damaged.
Are y'all decked out?
Does he have do you know what all 5 things do now?
We should know what all 5 things do now. Whether Jason does, I don't.
No, I wasn't writing them down.
Do you have anything about what the set itself does?
No. I don't.
I don't either.
Trying to remember if you have one of the on the character. Probably yes, because your armor rating is 19. Yeah, Blade Dancer. Okay. So yeah, so the one thing you did know by using both the rapier and the parry dagger is that increases your armor rating by 2.
Oh wow.
That's why you have a 19 instead of a 17.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But if you use all 5 weapons, if you wear all 5 weapons, you can ignore the paired weapon penalty of losing any automatic parry until the end of your next turn.
Oh wow. That's huge.
Are you done?
And then what other things have Blade Dancer's been dealt with?
Yeah, well, go back to well, I'll save the other set for later. So we have some very large boots and very large bracers that was found with that hide armor. Is there a quick roll button? Oh, there's the die.
So what were these? What was the first one for and the second one? Well, I guess they both made it.
So the first one was the boots.
So
the second one
the
was the
very
brace.
large boots, when you fall, you only take half damage and land on your feet. They're cat step boots.
Okay.
And then the very large bracers.
Yes.
They are bracers of mighty striking, +2 to melee damage.
Okay. Then there's a very large halberd and then medium boots in that same kind of set.
Okay.
Oh, didn't get the very large halberd. What about the boots? Got the boots.
Okay. So these medium boots are Wave Strider boots. If you begin movement on solid ground, you can walk across liquids without falling in. At the end of the round, if at the end of the round you're not standing on solid ground, fall. Sink. Call it. So basically, if you start and stop in a round on solid, you can pass over liquid.
Okay. Then medium reinforced leather and medium longbow in that same group of things.
Okay. Is this the last day?
Yes.
Okay.
So reinforced leather, and longbow.
So the reinforced leather does not have a name. Basically, it is a leather version of half plate. So its AR is 13, its SDC is 60, whereas normally reinforced leather is 12 and 38. But it does count as light armor, so it's 1 point per 5 5 damage gets converted to 1.
So you said it was AR 13 SDC what?
60. It's the same as half plate.
Yeah.
And then the other was the
Medium longbow.
so that is a vicious longbow. Its damage is 1d6 plus 7. A normal longbow would be plus 5, so it's 2 more damage. And critical hits start at 3 times damage.
Well, if Chris ever comes back, he might be able to use that one. So that was the last day. I have that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things left to identify.
And I'll take a look at that second statue.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut and paste this and drop it into Messenger for you, so you can see what I was working with.
So, ironically enough, you return to Fallcrest the evening of the big fight siege against the Archdevil.
So while we get back, while everybody's in the town fighting.
No, the fight took place in the morning. So you get back when people are recovering from the fight. Or from the fight.
Okay.
To which town?
Fallcrest.
Fallcrest.
Okay.
The main.
We were under siege at Fallcrest as well.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay.
Basically, they originally left and noticed the army camped out here, and then went back and then they cut through that wood to get to Harkenwald while the army then marched on Fallcrest. So we had a 2 or 3 session Fallcrest fight where basically everybody that wasn't in over here had to switch out because people were getting too wounded to fight more, so then they'd bring in secondary characters, and then that character would get low, and then they'd switch to another character.
I see.
It was pretty amusing. So it was like everybody was working to win the siege of Fallcrest. They were able to do. But yeah, I have the Archdevil was on 4-1, and that is when return after the days I've been counting down. If I counted correctly.
No, works out.
Everybody's together. Everybody's on the same timeline.
Except for the people that don't come back, so we have no idea where they are.
Right.
Probably would have been a hell of a lot easier to kill a demon if we had Sir Emery.
Probably.
His smiting ability.
The smite, yep.
Might.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
everybody, very much.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Next
Thanks.
time,
Have a good night.
figure out what we're doing next, I guess.
Good night, everybody.
Night.